Because we can be so easy to fool, we need to know the telltale signs of deception so we can see through the social masks people wear, and protect ourselves from those who would manipulate us. But first, let's keep in mind that deception is a matter of scale. We can overlook harmless forms of deception, like the insincere flattery we encounter almost every day. Polite society often depends on the ability to say things that are not always heartfelt and genuine. Don't spend time looking for little white lies, it's best to ignore these low-grade deceptions. Instead, save your alertness for more significant situations, where you have a lot to lose and someone may be positioning themselves to take something you value. With that in mind, the clearest sign someone is trying to deceive you is when they engage you with an exaggerated energy. When someone is overly animated, smiles too much, begins talking too much, seems overly friendly, maybe even becomes downright entertaining, you need to step back and ask yourself what's going on. Why are they putting on this show? Could they be trying to distract you? People will obviously use words to distract you from the truth, but they will also use their physical presence in this way. Long before he was president, Lyndon B. Johnson was well known as a master of using animated energy to manipulate others. His method became known as the Johnson treatment. Newspaper columnist Mary McGrory described the Johnson treatment as an incredible potent mixture of persuasion, badgering, flattery, threats, reminders of past favors and future advantages. Washington Post editor Ben Bradley recalled feeling that a St. Bernard had licked his face for an hour. And Hubert Humphrey simply described the Johnson treatment as a tidal wave. Besides a soft sell, this method of distraction is also often used as a cover-up. You see it when someone denies something with an excessive self-righteous anger. If someone objects too much, too loudly, too forcefully, with exaggerated emotional emphasis, he loses his credibility and may be hiding something. Anytime you witness an over-the-top energy like this, it should raise a red flag. Keep in mind it can cover the emotional spectrum from exuberance and friendliness to self-righteous anger, depending on the circumstance, but it's all a distraction. When this happens, you can validate your suspicions by looking for the following non-verbal cues. Smiles and grins that people assume mean friendliness are easy to put on. Watch the mouth area for micro-expressions. Look for large smiles and notice changes in facial expressions. Exaggerated hand and arm gestures are common among those trying to deceive. Look for tension and anxiety in other parts of the body. For example, people may smile with their mouth but not their eyes. Flashing a smile while the eyes are tense or remain still is a sign of a fake smile. The lines around the eyes will crinkle up with the real thing. But a fake smile that is broad enough will give you those crinkles around the eyes. So keep in mind that a big, broad smile can look real but cannot always be trusted as genuine. Clever deceivers may adopt the opposite approach. Instead of reacting with an exaggerated energy, they keep their face unusually still. If covering up a misdeed, they will hide their guilt with a bland, serious look. They will defend themselves in a calm, rational, logical voice. Con artists love to play the boring, dull professional, the confident expert you won't question. If someone is after your money, they may put on a professional front, having all the right answers to convince you they are legit. They might drone on using big words to confuse and impress you, or they might lull you to sleep with a lot of statistics. Bernie Madoff was so bland that he was never under suspicion as he swindled investors out of millions of dollars. This calm approach is effective because it offers fewer cues to read, there is less to notice. So be skeptical of explanations or come-ons that are a little too slick, just too perfect, almost like they were rehearsed. Reality is rarely smooth or seamless. Real events are punctuated with quirks, sudden hiccups, and accidents. In general, the best thing to do when you suspect someone of hiding the truth is to not say anything, but to go along with them. Let them keep talking. Act interested, and encourage them to tell you more. Saying too much, they run the risk of saying something foolish and exposing themselves. Appear harmless and friendly as they talk, while looking for signs of tension and contrivance. Then, at the right moment, ask a question or say a remark designed to make them feel uncomfortable, letting them know you are onto them. Watch their reaction, paying extra attention to their face and body language, looking for any revealing micro-expressions. A common reaction of a deceiver is the freeze response, as they take a moment to process what you said, and then quickly try and cover up their anxiety. One of the best ways to unmask a deceiver is to notice the non-verbal cues they use to emphasize their words. We emphasize our words by raising our vocal pitch, or by using an assertive tone. Forceful hand gestures, the raising of eyebrows, and the widening of the eyes can add emphasis, and we might lean forward, or rise up on the balls of our feet. We do these things when we are filled with emotion and trying to add an exclamation point to what we are saying. When faked, the emphasis doesn't quite match the words, it seems unnatural. The context is not quite right, or the emphasis is not timed right. Maybe they slam their fist on the table, but it's not at the exact moment they should be feeling the emotion, it's a bit early or late, making it seem off. We are on the lookout for anything that seems contrived and just doesn't feel natural. Our job then, as students of human nature, is to become familiar with these non-verbal signs that leak out automatically. Then, being mindful of these signs during high-stakes situations, we will have insight to help protect us from those who would take advantage of us through deception.